But let's move on to the atheism interview. Your friend Joe submitted a piece on Pascal Boyer's Religion Explained. I don't recall if that was read in the Omniversica show, but let's talk about that show. This from 5 to 6 in these interviews, you'll notice too that even if you have a specific subject like agnosticism and atheism, and then later racism, it doesn't just stick on that one topic, and it doesn't go into all the obvious points. It goes into the science of it as well.
Yeah.
And I think that's why these are far more natural conversations too. I was just talking to someone earlier about these fake mannequin-like interviews with canned questions and answers. And you really don't get any kind of perspective from how these people speak and live in their lives. But with these ones, it's like you're kind of on a subway and you see a stranger and you start talking to them, and they talk much more naturally in these than they ever do in these late night cliched crap shows that they have on late night TV, and now coming on to online as well.
Yeah. The agnosticism and atheism shows they feature some comedy segments from Ari Hopman. Ari was one of these people that I knew along with Dave Wesley from Balls. He's a terrific comedian. AriHopman.com. So yeah, AriHopman.com or .net, whatever it is. Ari is a terrific comedian. He's one of those people that I don't understand. Well, I guess I can understand because he actually is a good comedian. He did have a part in one of the Coen brothers film 5 or 6 years ago, a small part, and he's very good. The agnosticism show has a guy named Blair Scott who was headed an atheist group. He's no longer with that group now, and a guy named Bill Goett. Bill was someone I knew at this sort of religious get together. I had met him because there was a guy in Minneapolis called Ian Punnett, who's now an ordained deacon. He used to do this sort of religious group, and where they get together to talk about philosophical and stuff for an hour or two at like a local Barnes and Noble. So I went there in '02 to early '03 for maybe 5 or 6 months, maybe 5 or 6 meetings they might have had once a month, and I met this guy Bill there who was and I forget whether he's an atheist or an agnostic. I think he was the agnostic and Blair Scott was the atheist. So I met him through this fellow Ian Punnett, who maybe at one of these days I'll interview too. Punnett later went on to host Coast to Coast, which was a show about unexplained phenomena. He was the fill-in guest host for whoever the guy who does that show is. It's a well-known show, Coast to Coast. But anyway, so we talked about that. I think it's a good, solid show. My friend Joe, I love him, but his essay didn't really contribute much.